Alrighty, everybody. Sorry about that. I'm having to make this episode one a two-parter. So, if you were with me a while ago, I was going through with the G43 pistachio, going through putting some of these little darker values in, and I'm going to go in with my number one cool gray, and I'm going to test it out over here first to see what kind of effect I get. Of course, it adds really nice little effect, so I'll go through and I'll put it in some of these little spots like this, and you see, since it's a cool color already, the cool gray, it kind of blends in with the already cool color that green already is, and you see it just kind of adds that little shadow right in there. And you know, hopefully y'all don't find me annoying as I'm gonna try also with the series, because I don't want to put y'all to sleep too. And you can kind of see me kind of adding that number one cool gray back up in here. I'll put it in here to kind of give it a little, to give that shadowy green a little oomph, if you will. And you don't want to go necessarily overboard with some of these. Just I find that some of them, like right in here, some of these little darker areas where you'll notice how some strands of the hair will tend to overlap. Mostly keeping it to the edges. Sometimes, you can take a little bit of artistic license, and really fan art is not essentially, well, in my mind, it's not necessarily, you don't have to copy exactly what you see. Really and truly, fan art, all you're really doing is paying tribute to the artist themselves. Just like I've done a lot of Naruto fan art in the past. Like Masashi Kishimoto is one of my favorite mangaka, along with one of my favorites, the creator of Bleach, Mr. Tite Kubo. That guy is amazing in character design. And then, of course, you have people like Akira Toriyama, who are known mangaka artists, and he essentially, nobody ever designed characters like, kind of like Akira Toriyama. And, especially if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, you owe Akira Toriyama a huge debt of gratitude. And you see how I'm kind of going in here, kind of graying this up. I'm using the number 3 cool gray, the Copic sketch marker now. And this, this is just going to darken it up, keep that cool color going. And I'm going to go in with a darker green. Let's see, mainly I'm going to pull these shadows in here as well. Gray can be a very useful tool to use, especially when you're trying to add in shadows. It allows me to establish where some of these shadows are, and then I can come in later, let's see, with the green gray, and then come in right in here and just, oh yeah, that's really putting in some shadow now. You can see now the original image, I'm pretty sure that Mr. Akihisa probably didn't use, and I'm probably getting it wrong, it's probably a she, and I'm probably getting it wrong. I've never really looked up exactly what the mangaka creator of Rosario Vampire looks like, so if I'm triggering people out there, please forgive me. I should have given a trigger warning for this while ago, but this is essentially, I don't mean to ramble, but just kind of go in some of where these darks are, kind of pull them out, contrasting here. If any of you haven't gone on to YouTube yet, there are quite a few channels. Like, you can actually type in on YouTube in most cases and actually watch the original mangaka creator of different anime and manga actually drawing their character. Like, I remember my favorite was watching the creator of Death Note draw L from Death Note. Death Note is one of my favorite anime, by the way. Well, let's see. And I see some room. Forgive me, I'm setting my Sailor Moon mug off to the side. I did have a little cafe au lait in there. Little cafe. But anyway, I see a little room where I can go and probably pull out, just the cobalt green, that is YG45, and I'm going to come in under here and just kind of, oh yeah, I like that. And just make that green, that dark shadowy green, pop out more. Now keep in mind, a lot of the time when you're trying to depict different colors, I remember reading the description of Mocha's hair in the manga, in particular for the for Inner Mocha, that her hair was described as having a silver kind of a color. And of course, I've noticed, and you'll notice here on the original artwork here, that her hair definitely is not silver. Not by any means is it silver. It's actually depicted using a sort of a it's depicted using these very muted neutral greens. Now, right in here, you'll see that you're probably going, John, that's too much. What are you doing? Watch this. This is the blending technique I was going to show you earlier. Now watch this. I'm going to take the pale moss, and I'm going to pull that color out. Now you're probably thinking, John, you could use a colorless blender for this. And I probably could. But what I have found in particular with colorless blenders, like said colorless blender here from Copic Sketch, is that sometimes the color will get a little muddy. Like, these will literally pick up whatever color you put on the bottom. So you got to really make sure that you don't want your colors to get muddy. So now something else you'll probably notice too in future episodes, seeing as I'm about to wrap up episode 1, it is the fact that you'll notice sometimes in the original image for this, right in here, when I go to lay down the skin tones, I'll have to remind myself that there is a green cast shadow, and I'll explain to you in the next episode, episode 2. I'll explain it. The cast shadow that sometimes when here I am. I'm saying I'll explain it next episode. Here I am going explaining it now. So anyway, this is the end of today's episode of Drawing with John, the coloring of Mocha from Rosario Vampire. And I want to give a shout out again to It's Fun Guy for interviewing me the other day at Alex Riverfet. You can catch that video on his channel, It's Fun Guy, all one word, F-U-N-N, for those of you that where it's fun. And you can catch that video. Also, he's doing a giveaway right now for his first 1,000 subscribers, and of course I've entered this as well. He's got a giveaway going on right now where you can win a pair of the visors that you can wear on your face that Cyclops in X-Men wears. Look just like the ones from in the movie, and they work. They go around the ears. They're like sunglasses. But hey. But before I digress again, I want to thank you all for watching. Please drop a like and leave a comment in the description box below. Tell me, it's kind of, we're working out the kinks right now You know, tell me what you like about this. Tell me what you don't like about this. I will, and of course, any questions, and of course, any questions that you want to ask me, go ahead and ask me. I will try my very best to get in a hold of all of them, and of course, you probably won't see too much of my face. And of course, I do look a little tired. Forgive that. And I'm John, and this has been the first episode of Drawing with John. And as I kind of spin around so you can see my little workspace here in my studio here, I like to be inspired by things that inspire me. I want to go see this movie so bad. Okay. So anyway, I'm John. Forgive the hair. And I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.